This is the International TD15B. There you can see the decal on the side of the fuel tank there. This is a TD Series B. It's about a 23,000 pound tractor, kind of a smaller, lightweight. It does have a 10-foot straight blade on it. Built in the 1960s, sold for about 30,000 bucks. This has got a turbocharged TD15B International motor in it, 360 cubic inch, 120 horsepower is what this put out. These are similar in design. The track design is similar in design to the Euclid design, where the track frame is separate from the final, and the final is a 3-gear planetary drive final. Real similar in design to the Euclids, a much superior design to the design that the Caterpillars had. These had a 4-speed, well, actually this one's only a 2-speed. Transmission was a 2-speed power shift. You had forward and reverse, and there's their starter position right there. Here's the master throttle, the throttle cutout, master brake, clutch and brake levers. They were a combination. The first part of the travel's clutch. Not really sure what that shifter's for, if that's for the blade control. There's a view of over the hood, what it looked like. Pretty good visibility. You sit up high on this dozer. You can't really see the ground behind the blade very well, but you can at least see the blade. A lot of dozers, the visibility was just terrible. One of the things I didn't like about this was about the big gap between the track frame and the frame of the dozer. But the battery box over here, oil tank, fuel tank. They've got the floor plate removed out of this. You can see some of the filter, hydraulic and transmission filter housings down there. Hydraulic pump here, generator, electric generator for the motor, charge batteries. This has a manual angle, or not manual angle, but manual trim blade on it. Instead of having a hydraulic cylinder here, these are manual. You'd use this rod right here to rotate this arm, and by rotating this arm you change this angle, and it causes the blade to lift on one side or the other. And so when you're trying to make kind of a tilt to your cut as you're cutting, that's how you would do that. Use that a lot for cutting ditches or for making terraces in a field. But these dozers, for their size, for their weight, being 22,400 pound dozer, having a 120 horsepower engine was really a large engine for this size of a dozer. That put it up in the class, you know, the size of a D6, like a D6C, which is really what they were built to compete with. Same size of blade, the 10-foot blade, and about the same horsepower. A little lighter weight and a little smaller size of a dozer than the 6, and a lot cheaper. But other than that, a lot of the components on them were real similar systems. Because of their planetary drives, they really had good ground clearance. If you compare this to a D6, the way that this planetary, or the way that the final drive is in here, it's actually completely covered by the tracks. If you look at it from a view underneath, it really had real good ground clearance. On the Caterpillar style, this final drive housing hangs way down here close to the ground and really disturbs the ground clearance. Got a drawbar on the back of it so you can pull implements with it. Pretty simple dozer though, not a whole lot to it. On this side, there's the air cleaner, hole filters over here. Get a good shot of the thickness of the frame rails. You can see they're, you know, good 2.5 inches thick or so. Pretty heavy metal. Real simple machine, not a whole lot to say about it. That is a International TD15B.